At first I was trying to get up here into this position. I got up there before, but clearly wasn't working today, so I just said, screw it. So, didn't have time for it, so I just moved to the next position that I knew I could get to. Why isn't... Okay. That light tank spotted me, which kind of bummed me out, because I like getting up here unspotted. Because if you get up here, especially in the 50B or any tank with gun depression, you can get up here without being spotted. You can snipe across the way, and you know the base campers in their base. You can sit on that mountain for people who get spotted. So I just said screw it. I'm not gonna mess with it. I had the 57. I had like a weak spot on him, and literally this shell just damages his tracks. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. I was trying to see this Volk. He wasn't pushing up, so kind of just chilling here, I guess, for the first minute or so. Uh, it's not until this 103 here. I shoot the 103, hit him in the side, did nothing. The first time it went like high, or I think it bounced his turret. I'm not sure. No, it wouldn't have bounced his turret. I think it missed, and then the second one just did track damage again. I'm kind of irritated at this point. Not like irritated, but you know, I'm kind of frustrated that the side of his tank just an M103 of all tanks too, you know, blocks, you know, an APCR shell from a 50B. It's not till about like right around here where I decided to push up. Because at this moment I was thinking, oh, you know, I should get up here, help these guys. The Volk decided to quit hiding and shoot me. So I was like, ugh, you know, I was kind of starting to get irritated at this point. I was trying to see if I could sneak a shot back of his turret. Couldn't. Wanted to back up because I knew the 57 was up here. I didn't feel like getting shot at by people. As you can see, the 57 in the Victoria push up. Trying to see if this 57's using my gun depression. The 10 degrees is super amazing on this tank. I just noticed that the E3 just got spotted. So I'm kind of like really worried about my position at this point. I see the 103 is trying to flank us. That fire honestly just saved me the rounds, which was amazing. Took a shoot, finished him off, and then I'm not sure if I have one more shell. I think I have one more shell left. Yep, I do. I put it into the 57. At this point, I'm kind of worried because we're really outnumbered at this point. It's 4-3, and you know, my players look, you know, my teammates look pretty clueless right here. So I'm like, ah, screw it. I hid behind the E100 a little bit, you know, waited till I was unspotted. That way that E3 couldn't get the edge on me, you know, so I can try and make it across without getting shot. Looks like the 57 was trying to get a shot on me as I was trying to go back up the hill. I was trying to get behind this E3. Yeah, it's one of my clan members, but, you know, still. You know, it's a big gun. Needs to be taken out of the game. These two guys take care of them, so I decided to turn around because I knew up on the hill there's typically snipers. Didn't feel like getting sniped, as right about here, or nope, never mind. Somewhere around here I get nearly hit from up there, and you know, clearly don't want that happening. I was trying to get some damage, you know, and this 103 is in my way, of course, you know. Shoot him once, 103 snaps it, so I was like, whatever. I think I bust a reload right here. I think right around here is where I nearly get sniped. This is where I nearly get sniped from the hill. Yep. Or that right there, back there, actually. But still, you know, it's kind of a very vulnerable position, this whole area to be in. No matter what tank you're in, it's kind of you're kind of like out in the open, you know. Don't really like being there. I don't really like this map either. It's not really, I mean, this map is decent for some tanks, but some tanks it can just be really, it depends on the team too. It depends on how well your team's doing, where you can get into good positions and whatnot. At this point I realized that they're mainly pushed back to their base. We're only down one tank at this time, so I'm figuring, well, if I can get a flank on these guys. I like how that leopard just got a snapshot, you know, between that. It hit me right there too, like right there, right on the corner, just barely missing it. At this point, I'm just trying to see if I can hit anything. 95 comes rolling out, so I'm really trying not to get hit by that, as he just puts one to the dirt. There's a Volk T-44, the same guy. Seeing if I can, like, I'm getting right here, seeing if I can take out from the right to the left. Take out tanks from my right to my left. And then this spot is perfect because I'm not getting shot at from these guys. He pulls out once. Unfortunately, the 3-second aim time between shells in this tank, because, they haven't decided to buff it like it is on PC, I wasn't able to kill that guy, so he was able to get back in his little cubby, which kind of annoyed me. This guy's pushing up right here, or he's getting right there. I was trying to fake like I was reloading and get the Volk to back up. I didn't really pay attention to Leopard. Guy falled for my fake. I shot him right in the face, which was perfect. That tier 8 medium doesn't stand a chance against this AMX 50B's gun. The gun on this thing is just amazing. The pen is great, AP and APCR. At 95, put a round over the top of my tank. I was spotted. I'm trying to fake the 95 out by driving this way and then turning around, making it seem like I'm flanking him, because most World of Tanks players are pretty bad and don't understand fake outs, and then apparently I didn't realize there was a Centurion 7-1, but I was like, screw it all. And then apparently the brick there is indestructible, so I was like, okay, cool. I tried faking him out once. He ricochets off my upper plate. This thing has an amazing upper and lower plate. Impenetrable. It's insane. Spotted again, so I'm going to do another fake out on the 95 here. As you can see, I'm clearly not going to go head-to-head with a 95 frontally. I mean, this thing can pen the lower plate of a 95 pretty easily. It's just, I don't feel like getting shot by a 95. Not in this situation where it's literally 2 versus 6 at this point. I would have got a brothers in arms if I would have let that 103 die before. I can't remember who I killed, or no. And then as you can see, the 95 was driving away towards where I was going. Faked him out, worked perfectly. Didn't realize the T-30 was there. Thank goodness I started moving away before, because this 140 was right here. So now this is where it screws it up. Now it's 1 to 4, or it's 2 to 4, and the 103 is still alive. So now this is where it got to be a problem. I'm reloading right here because my first shell at this Leopard just went into the dirt. Poor move on this guy. He must have thought I wasn't reloading, but I'm reloading right now. As he's coming back, I have about 11 seconds left, and he certainly doesn't take his time with his shell. As you can see, he just shot me right in the upper plate. Again, this thing has an amazing upper plate, and I reload right about there. It's kind of goofy because when I shot, my gun was clearly not looking at him. Primo Victoria, hit him in the ammo rack, and I noticed the light tank has gotten off cap, and I'm like thinking, I might have this, but, I'm going to sit here, I'm going to just back up right here, I'm going to pop a reload, because, if that light tank is coming to my location, I had 2 shells at this point. I need to have more than just 2 shells, especially if there's 1 versus 3. I don't know where the T-30 is at this point. I have no idea what he's doing. The Primo Victoria, last I know, he's right over there, but still, I don't want to waste these 2 shots. If I miss the light tank twice, and he's just gonna screw me up. That 1390, that 1390 can mess me up. If I'm caught on a reload and he's got a full clip, he can mess me up, and I really need to save my hit points, especially for the T-30. My plans are to take out the T-30 last, because he's about the biggest threat to me, gun-wise. He'll hit me if he has a big gun. I'm not sure if he did. If he has a big gun, he'll hit me for at least 800 around there. I'm really trying not to get hit by a gun that does 800. Thankfully, the 1390 was a one-shot. I didn't know where the T-30 was last. Last I knew he was on that hill, so Obviously, I'm just gonna wait till I'm undetected. Try and do a fake out, you know, like I'm gonna go. Waited a second, didn't shoot, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna clear. Um, at this point, I'm just trying to get around. I had the advantage on them view range wise. This tank has clearly better view range than the both of those tanks, so I'm gonna outspot them. They might spot me at the same time, but more than likely I'm gonna outspot them. The only reason why they're probably gonna spot me is because I'm moving around. As you can see, there's a T-30. He didn't spot me. I'm last I know in the Primo was like right around here, so like I was gonna do a wide go around instead of going right there, because that spot's kind of funny. If you go down there and then you kind of regret going down there, it's kind of a, you know, drive a back up a hill and get shot at, you know. So instead I come around here. Primo Victoria gets spotted. He spots me because I'm moving. Snapshot, got him. I'm going to do a fake out on the T-30, act like I'm coming down here. As soon as I get undetected, I'm going to turn around, because fake outs work hardcore in this game, as you can see with the T-95, and yeah, and the 1390 as well. Yeah, obviously, I mean, it wasn't really a fake out. I was sitting there, but as soon as I got undetected, I did move and get out of there, and clearly the 1390 wasn't expecting me to come up on his flank. So pretty much two fake outs this game. The AMX 50B is an amazing fake out tank. It's one of the only heavy tanks that can actually do a full 360 e-brake, which is kind of funny, seeing a heavy tank using an e-brake spinning around like it's a medium or light tank. I did successfully save my hit points for the T-30, because I definitely need to save them in case I do get hit, because I can take at least one shot from him. At least one. Hopefully he doesn't light me on fire. I'm trying to keep my front to him pretty much this entire time. And then I'm pulling up here, and then he gets spotted right there. I didn't notice it for half a second. I was kind of clueless. I was like, oh, there he is. And then I was just trying to peek this corner, just show as little as possible. Use that gun depression right there. He does what I really don't understand what he would do in the T-30. I understand what he's trying to do, but, I mean, he was side scraping, having most of his rear armor facing out into, you can, if I can get away from, okay, okay, after I figure out where I'm at, as you can see from here, you know, you can see that he is over angling. I get what he's trying to do. He was trying to use this mountain to be hauled down, but clearly he wasn't paying enough attention to the rear of his tank, because I mean, American tanks don't angle, okay? They're, especially on this chassis. Any chassis like that, you know, you over angle like that, that 50B is just gonna pen you regardless. But I get what he was trying to do. He's trying to use the rock as haul down, which could have worked, you know, at his, you know, his disposal, if he would have had his tank turned head on instead of out in the open like that. And that's what really screwed him. And he rushed his shot too. Wasn't really smart, so he missed. As soon as I seen he rushed, I was trying to just sneak a shot, back up. As I backed up, he just rushed his shot instead of waiting patiently, which he did have the edge. But even if he would have waited patiently, I would have just waited till I got unspotted and went back around and got him, because I know I could have took a hit, and I wouldn't have cared at that point if I did take a hit, because I know I was going to kill him in one shot. So I just wanted to make sure I knew where his location was at all times before I did go attack him, if that makes sense, you know. That way I'm less likely to get hit before I get up close, you know. So, but yeah, 8 kills, 19 pens with the fire, makes 25. But yeah, it was a pretty good game. I could have got a call ban Oz medal if I would have saved that 95 till after the 103 died. But, you know, when it's when it's 2 versus 6 and you got a greenie that, you know, you can't really rely on, you know, you got to do what you got to do. There's no really, you know, waiting, you know, but still, it would have been nice to get a call ban on us, but, you know, it happens. You know, I'd rather have the win and, you know, get a Radley out of it than a call ban on us, but it's all good, so, alright, cool.